I got my used disc brake parts in. No time for messing around. Let's get to it. I took the tire and the drum off already. The drum is not terrible, but not fantastic. I'll probably save all these parts anyways, just because there's no real reason to throw them away other than I'm making it better. Funny thing is, this tool is actually made for this job, but sometimes pliers are easier. That's what I've always found. But since I got it out, might as well use it. Okay, those are off. There's two. Again, it's not ruining these. This is just twisting them apart. All the springs, all the hardware, everything's fine. So, throw it. Self-adjuster still works, that's good. Unusual, but good. I'm not gonna need that pin or that hold down pin. E-brake cable still got to come off. And backing plate. If you live in the Midwest or the Rust Belt, you know the feeling. Trying to get brake lines off, trying to get anything off that's exposed at all for any period of time to the elements. Come on. And I'm just really surprised that bleeder screw came out, and that it's good, but that should be fine. See? Yeah, it's fine. Now I gotta get that line off. Since it started around, we'll just stick with vice grips. I'm pretty sure that line's gonna twist with this nut. Come on, you don't have to. You're not welded to it. You can break loose. I'm willing to work with you here, people. I'm still trying to work this thing back and forth. I'd like to not break this. Oh, I think it's moving by itself. Hold on. Yep, I got it. It's not gonna rip this line out, I don't think. Got a rubber vacuum plug that I'm gonna put on this line as soon as I get it off of this wheel cylinder. That way we don't drain the master. I haven't looked far enough ahead to see if I need to swap it out, but if I don't need to swap it out, I don't mind it running completely dry. There we go. Now the only thing dripping is that wheel cylinder, which I'm fine with. Let's get this emergency brake off of here. Oh, there we go. Got that off of there. There we go. Don't pull through. There we go. Save that. All right, we've got this stripped down. Let's hose it off with some brake clean so you can see what we're dealing with. The only thing left is some 13mm bolts, maybe 14, 4 of them, that hold the backing plate on, and maybe even the axle. No, it's not an axle flange. Okay. So really it's just holding the backing plate on. But am I gonna have to pull this axle to get the backing plate off? I believe so. Okay. Soak everything here with some liquid wrench. Now we're not gonna let it sit here forever. What we're really gonna do is soak it while we think about what size this is. Nine 9/16. Alrighty. Alright. That is all 4 out of there. This backing plate should come loose with some help from a hammer that I've hidden somewhere. Aha! Absolutely. All right, let's see if this will take these off. Absolutely not. There we go. If I put it on the right setting, it sure will. When taking this pumpkin off, make sure you loosen but do not remove, maybe one or two at the top. That way when you crack it open, it all just doesn't come flying out at you. This has been hard many times because there's basically some clear, almost like window caulk on some of these. So this last one, let's not we'll loosen it, don't take it all the way off. And then we'll get our screwdriver and maybe our hammer. And pry this loose here. Oh, don't even need a hammer. There we go. Okay. Solve those. Remove this cover and reveal our open gear set. Now remember, I do have a lunchbox locker for this. So this is gonna have to come off anyways, but the gears look to be in really good shape, so I'm happy about that. Okay, let me show you here. What we have to do is you've got to take this bolt out, and then this pin will drop out. And this pin holds those axles in. And once you get the pin out, you can shove the axles in from the outside and pull the C-clips, and then the axles will slide right out. Oh, nope, it turned. Awesome. Okay. I did not want to turn with the open end initially, but, you know, good size hammer helped right along. It's a very long bolt, goes right there, and then this pin will come right out, which is your center pin. Oh, come on now. Actually, you know what? That gives me enough room. Okay. That pin doesn't want to come all the way out because it's not flat all the way across, which, you know, I agree with it. It's kind of a pain, but it does give me enough room to shove this axle in and get the C-clip out. Okay, and there's the C-clip off the axle. Now, I can pull that axle out. Come here, I'll show you. This will be the 3D portion of the program. Don't drag this axle on the inside of that axle tube, but it will come right out, no problem. Splines look good on it. Nothing's twisted, nothing's broken. Axle bearing looks like it's riding okay. It's not eating into the axle. So we'll set this back here. And our backing plate comes right off. Now we're ready to convert. This is the caliper mounting bracket. Now the flanges on the axle are welded on, so obviously I can't slip this over the axle. So according to the directions on Ranger Station, which I'll post a picture of this step here, what you have to do is slot these. So you're going to lose a bolt hole, but 3 out of 4, as they say, ain't bad. So slot this, lose the bolt hole, and flip these side to side. So if this is the left side, if it's on a Mustang, this is now going to become the right side on the Ranger. That way these bolts are all going to line up to the axle flange. Your caliper will be right here, backing plate will go on here, and disc part will be here. Allegedly this is going to work. I measured it out based off their drawings, and now we're going to cut it. Here we go. Put that in place somehow. Next side. There you go, just as described. Now this will slot over the axle. Well, really on this side it'll slot like that. But there we go. You basically just want to get clearance so you can get around the axle tube is all they're telling you. Now this should slide right like that. start putting some stuff back together. Installed. Rotors. Always remember, when you get rotors, hose them down. They do have an oil on them to keep them from flash rusting. So just hose them down with some brake clean. And since these are on the back, these are solid rotors, not slotted. Alright, axle back in, I think. Let me see what's left on this kit. That, and a line. Yeah, okay, axle back in. Remember not to drag it on the bottom of the tube. And kind of keep it held up as long as you can. Get it lined up in the splines in the end here. There we go. Ta-da! And we're on. Yeah. Except, am I stupid? Yes, I am. Okay. You obviously can't have a caliper bracket on. Dummy. You ever just think you were ahead of the game and you're not? Maybe you're playing a completely different game. But you're certainly not ahead in whatever game you're really playing. That happens to me all the time. See if you can rotate. No, not even rotating that down. That won't help at all. I'm gonna take it completely off. Hooray! Just what I wanted. Well, teach me to put stuff on out of order. Probably won't. I'll do it again. Maybe on the other side, if we're lucky. Raise your hand if you saw this coming. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks for telling me. Hey, now let's put this caliper mounting bracket on. Be a great idea, wouldn't it? Okay. I don't think these pads matter side to side or back to front on these, as far as inside, outside, upside down. Helps if you don't throw them on the ground, but other than that, should be okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and spray some disc brake quiet on the back of them. Just out of habit. It just keeps the dust from getting in front of them, allegedly. I don't know if that really works, but hey, been doing it for years. This goes on the outside. Something like that. And then this bolts on. Oy. Okay. Down the bottom. Okay, back to my 13mm to tighten this up. Really? Huh. I don't know that I'm using that backing plate yet. I'm still kind of up in the air on it. If I do use the backing plate or the dust shield, it goes here. So that's a last minute decision I can wrestle with. Now the only thing left on this side is the brake hose. That's about as far as I can go right now. I need banjo bolts for my brake hoses, but those brakes are on. It was actually pretty simple to do. Still gotta do the other side, but legitimately not a bad job at all. And then we'll worry about the e-brake cables. So I'll go get banjo bolts. We'll come back later.